Hey everybody, Ryan here at etrailer. Today on our 2020 Mazda CX-30, we're going to be checking out the Hollywood Rack's Destination 2-Bike Platform Rack. So this rack is going to be pretty universal, generally speaking, as far as what we can put on it. All right, pretty much going to accept just about any size bike with how the wheel cradles are designed. So, you know, children's bike, a full-size road bike, mountain bike. You know, a lot of different bicycles are going to fit on this. It is going to do a good job of keeping everything sturdy, secure. We're going to have a strap on each wheel. And these are actually pretty impressive. They're kind of a ratchet type strap. And then we're going to have something a little bit different here in the center, almost like a cup. And it grips the frame here and pulls everything nice and tight. And this is a good example of it. So, you know, you can move it up and down, pivot it around. It even spins if you need it to. So it really lets you customize, you know, where you can put this for that extra attachment point. With that said, why don't we go ahead, take our bike off the rack so we can check it out even more. What I like to do is start down here on the wheel straps. What you're going to do is just push those tabs in. You can flip the straps up and over, out of the way. Same thing with this one back here. These are also going to have some rubber protectors on them there to help kind of grip your rim better and, you know, prevent it from scratching or anything if you're worried about that. And then we can move here to the center and get this one off. You do want to have a hand on your bike though, because this is the last thing supporting it. You don't want to tip over and hit your car, but you can do the same thing. Flip that out of the way. Just pull our bike off and set it to the side. So whenever you're not using the rack, I do suggest putting your straps back in place. That way they're just not flopping around. And you can put this center mass down if you want to as well. You're gonna have to do this if you plan on folding it in a stored position. Do that super simple. You just loosen this up, kind of pull this lever back, and you can fold it to either side. Keep an eye on this though, because, you know, if you get this too loose, you don't want this to rattle off. So my advice is just snug it up a little bit. You know, that way we don't have to worry about it vibrating out or anything. And push this down, just like that. One of the questions we do get asked all the time in regards to, you know, hitch mounted bike racks is if you're still gonna be able to have full access to the back of your SUV. Now this one doesn't fold down or anything like that, but clearly whenever you have, you know, your bike's off the rack in this position, you're gonna have no problem, you know, opening up your hatch and getting whatever you might need in and out of the back. But with that being said, one thing that we do need to keep in mind is whenever we have the rack on the back of our Mazda, you know, it is going to extend the overall length of it. Is it a huge deal? Probably not. The CX-30 is relatively small, but for those of you that have a really tight garage or something like that, something you want to think about. If we measure to find out exactly how much it's going to add to the back here, it's going to be right at 24 inches. It's not taking up a ton of space. If that does cause an issue though, this can be folded upright into a stored position. Okay, and all we're going to have to do to accomplish that, if you pull this pin, and there's going to be a knob over here to loosen that up. This can then be folded up to a stored position, and I'm going to re-secure that knob in the next hole there. Don't forget to put that pin back either. And with it like this, it makes it really compact actually. It looks like the furthest point is probably going to be down here. And if you measure from the bumper to it, that's going to be right at about 11.5 inches. So with it like this, being nice and tight against the back of your car, really shouldn't give you a whole lot of issues. So moving down here, the rack is going to work with those 1¼ by 1¼ receiver tube openings like we have here today on our Mazda. But it can also work with the larger 2" by 2" receiver tube openings, which are available for the CX-30. So regardless of what hitch you have, this is going to work with it. It is going to come included with a anti-rattle bolt, which has a lock on it, so it'll keep it secure, not only to your hitch, but because of that anti-rattle bolt, it's going to eliminate any slop or play, and that's going to help keep things nice and quiet inside when you're going down the road. You know, this ain't going to be bouncing around. I'm going to give you an example of that. Let's say for driving, hitting some bumps, you can see that the rack is going to move with our Mazda and not on its own. So at the end of the day, you know, a great kind of all-around functioning bike rack. You know, it's nice and compact and easy to use, and because of that, I think it just blends in well with the CX-30. And that'll finish up our look at of the Hollywood Racks Destination 2-bike platform style rack on our 2020 Mazda CX-30.